Hi guys, I wanted to share a tip I found out about. If you use your iPad in any capacity as far as your music production goes, this is going to be a very informal video. I'm hand holding this camera because I'm going to have to move around a little bit, but you'll get the idea. And like I said, this isn't a professional production, so bear with me. So let me turn this camera around and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so like I said, I don't know how many of you use your iPad in your music production. I use mine a lot. I've got some of my best apps are on my iPad, and I route the audio from my iPad to my mixing board. But the only problem that I've had, well, this is how I used to do it. I used to have connect this to the audio out. This is an older iPad Pro. Yeah, it's an iPad Pro. It's a 12.9 inch, so it's one of the big ones. I used to connect or to record the audio. I would just connect this to my headphones out, and then this went to my headphone amplifier. And then from the headphone amplifier has an out, which I ran to my mixing board over here, and I usually put it on this channel. No, wait. Yeah, this channel right here. This is a Soundcraft signature, and this is an audio interface. But this system would work with just any audio face that had a stereo or two channels. But my setup here is a little different because I'm using this mixing board, but the problem I was having with this setup is that there was always some level of noise going on. And I've tried different cables, different connections. So the only thing I can arrive at was that it might be the iPad itself. And it wasn't a lot of background noise. It was just a little, but it was enough. It was easy enough to EQ out, but it was just a pain to do that every time. So as luck would have it, I'm a member of Amazon Vine. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but Amazon Vine is a thing where if you provide them reviews, they'll send you free products. So I was on Vine one day, and all of a sudden, this thing popped up. Let me see if I can zoom in. And what this is a stereo Bluetooth receiver. And I think it costs like 50 bucks on Amazon. So what you can do is you can connect this to your iPad with your Bluetooth, and it gives you like almost zero noise connection, a zero noise connection. So what I did with this, when I first got it, I didn't know what to expect, but it pairs very easily with the iPad. I didn't have any trouble at all, and I'll show you how it works in just a second. But you have your charging cable here. It has an internal battery, and I've used this for a session, at least a 4+ hour section, and this thing has not went dead since I've been using it. So I bought it, and I first connected it to channel 1 over here just to see how it works, and it worked great. But of course, it's only one of these, and I wanted stereo out, and this is definitely outputs in stereo. So what I ended up doing was getting this thing, and this is a female jack. So this is basically a TRS splitter right here. And this thing was only like $6 on Amazon. So what you do is, let me see if I can, again, I'm hand holding this camera. This is very awkward. Hold on one second. Okay, so what you have here is the connection itself. So what I've been doing is connecting it to channels 15 and 16 on my board right here. Channels 15, 16. That's this one right here. So I'll go ahead and connect those now. I'm going to show you how this works. So you plug these both in. Okay, on my mixing board, make sure they're in here good. So I have to turn the input up to about halfway or so. I found about halfway works. And of course you bring your fader up, which it already is. So all you really have to do at this point is to turn this baby on, and you do it by pressing it for like 3 seconds or so. Okay, and eventually this light will turn purple, whatever color that is. That means it's just connected to your iPad via the Bluetooth. So this is all set up now. So what I do is I've got my mixing board connected to Ableton Live, which you see here, and I've got the, I don't have this set quite all the way, but what you want to do here is make an audio channel. Very awkward to do this. Make an audio channel, and then you want to make, let's see, you want it to audio from, external in, and you pick whatever channel, and that happens to be 15 and 16. And then you want to have, you can have this on auto if you want, and then arm it. And see, even this is making a little bit of noise right here, if you can see. And that's probably due to the fact that I have the input on the mixing board turned up too much. But see, if you turn it down a little. No, let's see. You'll see it go away. Okay. So once you've got that set up, you can hit play. Oops. Okay, now you'll see that this is playing this app right here. This is Egoist, by the way. Egoist, E-G-O-I-S-T, the app. This app is really cool. And then I've got this connected to Ableton with, you have to get one of these camera connectors, of course. This one has 2 USB inputs, but I have a couple more that just have one. But you want to have your power hooked up to this too, because it'll kill your iPad. So I've got this power going to my little power transformer over here. And then you can link Ableton Live, so where you can use your transport controls in Live up here. So if you hit stop, and so you don't have to mess with the transport controls here on the iPad. As far as MIDI goes, I'm not going to go into MIDI right now, but you can also get MIDI from your iPad to Ableton Live. And I use this setup here. I've got this MIDI box here, and then I've got this iRig. And that's how I get MIDI back and forth from my iPad to my Ableton Live. If you want me to demonstrate this, leave a message in the comments, and I'll hook that up for you and show you how that works. But you can literally send MIDI back and forth from your iPad to Ableton Live. The good thing about this is there's no cables that you have to worry with. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention: if you want to do like a stereo out on your board, with 2 channels, just make sure. So you would, in that case, you would plug these jacks into here and here, channels 1 and 2, or whatever, you know. But then you would, and of course, you'd have to adjust your level here too. And then, but just make sure, because this is stereo, that you pan these right and left, where you get the, you'll get the true stereo effect. But so I just wanted to, oh, by the way, and here's the here's the box that receiver came in. So, but they are on Amazon, and like I think they were like $49 or something. So it's very simple. I mean, it's not complicated at all to get this thing going, and it gives you some flexibility, you know, to move this thing around. And it's a really low noise device too. So I'd never seen one of these, and it just popped up at random, but it works great. So anyway, I hope you found that helpful. You know, it beats, you know, if you can just, it's just a few less wires to deal with for me. And like I said, this thing here lasts forever. I mean, like 4 hours. I don't know how long it would have went, but so I just charge it up every now and then, and I'm good to go. So anyway, like I said, if you want me to show you how to hook the MIDI up to your Ableton Live, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get you a video out. That's pretty easy too. So, okay then, have a great day.